Hey guys, Tempicro here. We're joined again with Smitty.
You told me to shush! Hello, everybody.
Yeah, so I can actually start recording. So I don't start recording with you in the middle of a sentence about the hexakill, which we've been discussing pre-recording. So many words of recording. Smitty will be our play-by-play. So Smitty, take it away.
Fair enough then. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this game where we're watching our EGL lead Zewerrat play on that Iron Solari Leona. But first we should go over the blue team, where we have Sadium on Janna, Brand's Vengeance on Oh,
Surprise. Brand.
you were laughing the whole time until I got to that bit, weren't you?
Yes.
God's sake. Anyway, carrying on from Brand, we've got Pappy Chen on Caitlyn, Diver Claim on Mundo, and Colophianus. I do not. I'm just going to say Koloff on that offensive eye in the jungle, and on the red team we have got. So I'll let you take it.
Hunter on Udyr, Katamina on Renekton, Ungroomed on Ziggs, as Smitty already said, Zewerrat, our boss, on Leona, and Pogjan McNeven on Ezreal.
Oh, how did you know how to say that? That's just weird.
Cause I have a lot of friends who are Swedish and Norwegian.
I only know one thing in Swedish, and that's mein svenska inte bra. Which means my Swedish isn't very good. That's all I know.
Yes, well, I also had a bit of time to actually read the name of Ezreal's name before I pronounced it, so yeah. This is going to be an exciting game because we have Leona Ezreal on the bottom versus Janna and Caitlyn. So really exciting on down there, really a lot of damage, especially on level 2 when Leona gets that Zenith Blade stun combination off. And Ezreal has his Q and E available as well. Those spell names will come back to me, I assure you people. They will come back to me. Of course, Tempest from Janna and Caitlyn just Yordal snap traps and Piltover peacemakers. So do you think, how will the junglers fare in this one?
Yeah, I'm still racking it over my head. Of course, we've got Vi on the jungle for the blue side, but we've got Udyr on jungle for red. Vi's better at wave clear, and she's been like the jungler at the minute, especially with all the changes in Season 4. But with the recent changes to the Spirit Stone, Udyr's still got a bit of contention left. I reckon he could do better, but more late game. So after that first bind, he's got that Spirit Stone. It shall be interesting to see how things go. Although I really want to see how well this Ziggs fares in mid versus Brand.
Indeed, they're both very high damage, especially Ziggs with his passive. Just having that short fuse up and about with those big bombs. And then there's Brand with his stun, his his passive, which is basically another ignite because it deals percentage health. So should be good. Then again, the blue team has a better team composition if they bunch up in those corridors in the jungle, where both the I almost said Burnout, Mundo's Burning Agony, and Pyroclasm from Brand, as well as his Pillar of Flame, can do tons of damage and just ricochet, especially Pyroclasm, who can ricochet off of all 5 members.
Now that you said that, yeah, I completely forgot about that. But again, that's if they fight in the jungle, of course. If the red team is smart, they'll go, right, okay, we won't fight in jungle. Yeah, we've got the stun out of Leona, we've got stun out of Udyr. Renekton can quite happily dive in with Slice and Dice, Cull the Meek, and stun everybody in place.
Yep, there's also Dominus, so both teams actually have a bit of advantage in the jungles. That will actually allow Ezreal to use his True Shot Barrage nicely and effectively. But again, I think that the blue team, due to that Pyroclasm, is a bit stronger in fights in the jungle, like very close quarters.
But of course, so we shall have to wait and see as things carry on. The game is now officially underway. Mobs have spawned in the jungle. Both junglers already farming away at straight up to the level 2. With these lanes, though, I'm really excited to see what will happen. Like you said earlier, with that bot lane with the Ezreal Leona combo, considering Ezreal's not a champion we've seen in queue for pretty much the end of Season 3.
Well,
So,
ever since Jinx and Lucian, especially after Jinx came out, Lucian was already out, Jinx came, and once those two started being playing more, especially with the Trinity Force or the Legolas build, so that Rush, Bloodthirster, Last Whisper, they've been countering each other so well that Ezreal and Caitlyn have kind of went down, jumped to the back burner. So
I would say Caitlyn's gone. I mean, Caitlyn's if Jinx and Lucian are banned out, you always rely on Caitlyn.
Caitlyn and Sivir at the moment are like the secondary choices for the pro scene and high ranks.
Indeed, so this game's still just carrying on a little bit. Everyone's just farming up, taking it nice and slow. That we could see a potential gank from Vi. She did go roaming around, but the red team were very smart and kept plenty of vision up for grabs. Bran, though, takes a fair bit of damage in that mid lane, starting to hurt a wee bit. Ziggs, though, is being kited beautifully by Bran, and out comes the Vault Breaker from Vi, manages to land those auto attacks. Can we actually see the stun come out from Bran? Sadly, yes, he does, and his first blood onto Bran. A fantastic gank there.
Yep, really well played by Vi. She didn't go into the turret, just was doing near enough in case that Bran didn't pick up the kill, but with his passive, he just secured it nicely, and we have a gank on top.
Yep, and goes Udyr, goes straight in with the bear stance, gets that stun. It's going straight back into the well. Switching between those stances, very nice. It's going to give up the kill over to Katamina, which is fantastic for him. So Renekton's going to get a nice early advantage in that lane. All hail the Udyr.
All hail the Udyr. They actually burn out Cleanse from Mundo, which is really good because then Renekton, because of his early game advantage now, can easily fight Mundo and just keep him well away from level 6 as much as possible.
Indeed, that's the only time when Mundo becomes super scary is when he gets his sadism on and he can just sit there and keep regenning health. Which is funny that it costs him health, if you think about it.
It costs a bit of health, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. It costs 20% of current health, and if he's low enough, 20% isn't that much, so he doesn't feel those 20% cost, and he regenerates almost full mana, especially after he gets Warmog and Spirit Visage.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because it's like endgame Mundo. Oh, I've been hit. I'm nearly dead. Sadism, and I've regened all my health.
Around 80 or 90% of it is regen, and especially when he, as I said, gets those health items, be it Randuin's, Sunfire Cape, almost said Cloak of Fiery Doom, Sunfire Cape, Warmog, and the Spirit Visage, which just increases his health regen. And
Yeah. Yep, so Ezreal's going for a very unusual build, which perplexes me being an AD carry. He's actually gone for 2 in his 6, as Zewerrat goes straight in with the dive with the Zenith Play combo, like we were saying earlier. Unfortunately, though, nothing much comes of it. So, back to my train of thought I had earlier. Yeah, Ezreal's gone for this really strange build where he's gone 2 in his Q and 2 in his E, so he's gone 2 Mystic Shot, 2 Arcane Shift, which is very bizarre. Normally I'd pick an Essence Flux somewhere between. As again, the stun comes out from Leona and manages to single out Janna right out there in the middle of the lane. Unfortunately, though, Ezreal can't quite land that Arcane Shift to land that last auto attack. That might have been the kill there, so, but still, very good pressure coming out here from Leona.
I actually find it smart that he isn't going Essence Flux yet, or think, yeah, he's still not going Essence Flux, because apart from Leona, who isn't that big on auto attacks, she actually can deal a bit of damage, but her damage comes mostly from her shields and her stuns. So I think he's going to wait till he gets level 6 or when the team fight starts, so that he can actually use Essence Flux through Ziggs, through Udyr and Renekton, which can benefit from the attack speed much more, especially Udyr and Renekton.
Fair enough then. I'm just saying no personal preference. Would have taken about now at level 5, because especially at this point as well, I'm happily farming ahead of a Caitlyn, so I'll take that little bit of an extra risk. So currently, scores are 1 kill apiece. Everyone's just been farming along, just been shellaxing and taking it nice and steady. The usual top lane fisticuffs still continuing, though Mundo on the receiving end Is actually taking quite a fair bit of damage, but that is to be expected with
They're both
Renekton, of
level
course.
6 now as well, and it is 11 CS difference between those two. Renekton really keeping that slight lead that he got from that kill. On top, Brand is again 13 CS ahead of Ziggs, and we have a 5 incoming on top.
Yep, I did go diving with the Vault Breaker though. Didn't quite land it all the way to catch Katamina, so that's a little bit of a fail gank. Again, it lends some presence and has actually forced him to be very cautious about how far he's going to press forward. So it's given Mundo a little bit of chance to continue. And are you okay?
Yeah, just punching for some reason my mic.
Ah, that's not a small idea to punch your microphone.
It's not. Ziggs is in trouble and will go down to her.
Oh, whoops. We were discussing the microphone, and of course, Brand gets that fantastic little kill there.
Didn't do much damage, and Ziggs doesn't have any EP. And we have Leona jumping in on bottom and Caitlyn.
Oh, hang on a second, my little client is bugged out.
Hopefully it will be fixed.
Yep, it's fixed itself. It's okay, it was having a little bit of a dirt moment.
Good.
Still haven't. There we go. Right, so, yeah, as you were saying, Zewerrat manages to land that stun. Caitlyn, though, farming rather beautifully, proccing those headshots. Crits ready to land onto a specific target. But again, just a juke off and nothing really much happening from that. Again, apologies for that. I don't know what happened to my lead client. Just decided then was a good time to stop working.
Yep. It's fine, it happens. Okay, Renekton has dealt quite a bit of damage on Mundo on top, and Mundo is using his Sadism to heal right up. He's almost fully healed, but Sadism stopped working, so that's about it. And Renekton still has his Dominus, so next turn he can dive in and just actually try to force a clarity before going in for the kill.
Indeed. So, Caroline, let's look at these items here, because there's something that's actually making me chuckle in my head. I don't know if with Vi going in top lane, we'll carry on the sort in a minute, manages to land all those auto attacks and is going to give Diver Claim the kill there on Mundo. So, yeah, the thing I was going to say to you was, it seems rather odd that Udyr is still running around with that machete and just collecting buffs, as we could see a potential gank against Zombie Brand. I don't think he's going to be able to land it though. He's going to be caught in the Pyroclasm, which is bouncing back and forth. Vi comes in from the side, actually manages to land the Assault and Battery, and that's going to be Udyr out of the way, and a nice double kill there onto Vi.
Yep, a very nice double kill, really nice gank from Vi in that middle, making it 2-0-2 for Brand and 2-0-2 Vi, and that is going to be very dangerous as Brand is sitting 2,100 200 goals, and we have a gank in the middle. In the bottom.
Yep. Zewerrat just tried to land the Zenith Blade stun combo there, but unfortunately Vi was waiting off in the wings, managed to throw herself right into the fray. Unfortunately, wasn't quite enough time to stop the Arcane, not Arcane Barrage, True Shot Barrage coming out from Ezreal. That would be cool, that would be a cool ability name, Arcane Barrage.
Indeed, it is 10 minutes into the game, or actually 11 minutes into the game, with 5-1 in favor of the blue team with 2,000 gold difference. Renekton and Mundo are up again, and Udyr was sitting on almost 2,500 gold, which allowed him to buy the Spirit of the Ancient Golem off the bat, and Hunting is immediately bought by Brand and those Sorcerer Shoes. So when he comes back now into the lane, he was already hurting. He's going to hurt even more, especially with that Black Swan that he just bought.
Yep, so Brand is obviously looking to go straight into the Magic Pen sort of build, which is going to work out very nicely for him. He does have fantastic AP ratios. So just waiting to see what things will happen here as Vi gets dived on by Zewerrat. Zewerrat really doesn't have the health to keep hanging around. Unfortunately, with Udyr, that was a little bit mistimed and it's kind of ruined that gank attempt. I can see where he was going to go with that. He was going to stun Vi to the ground and then it would allow Udyr to come rushing in with Bear Stance and stun Vi again, just out the tower range. So they could pick up those kills, and that Ezreal recall animation is irritating as smeg to me. But there we go, Udyr does go diving straight in onto Janna, manages to land a good chunk of the health, but sadly can't quite get it down. He switches targets to Caitlyn, and again Janna to the save once again manages to proc that shield and keep her safe. Good support there.
It is really good support, knowing how to and when to help her carry. Ezreal hasn't yet picked up his Essence Flux. He's level 7 and still hasn't picked it up. Mundo pushing Renekton on top. They're both level 9 and still 11 CS, 10 CS, 9 CS difference actually in favor of Renekton. So even though Renekton died once, he's still slightly in the lead, keeping that advantage still.
Yep, that's kind of Renekton's thing though. Once he gets ahead, he can quite happily hold that lead. That's because he has quite a good wave clear. He can happily stun a target with his Cold Meek, and he can do the slice and dice. Though this bot lane of the red team getting pushed down quite heavily up to the tower right now. We can see, as we just saw there, Janna and Caitlyn doing a fantastic job of just keeping the minions down and forcing Zewerrat to waste his abilities needlessly. And speaking of, he manages to land a couple in nice quick succession. Manages to get that Zenith Blade and the Sunrise combo, getting the full stun onto Papachen. Unfortunately though, Ezreal not quite close enough to land a full combo of his Arcane Shift Mystic shot.
They're pinging for Dragon, which is, I'm not sure how good of an idea since Udyr is on the top side of their jungle and Vi's there. So unless they plan on doing baiting Vi, they did now.
Yep. There we go, bye bye Leona.
Bye bye Leona indeed. I have learned that if there was a different AD carry with Leona, I think it would be far better fight, like Jane or...
Yep, anyways, in the mid lane, the headshot hunter, so I was about to say hot shot, he's not hot shot, GG, but he does get caught out roaming between the river, very nicely played there by Vi. The blue team now can really go for Dragon if they so desire. Of course, there'll be no point in doing that, there is no security as of yet, so everyone's just going to go back to farming these lanes, although Vi is having a very good game right now at 3 kills, no deaths.
3-0-3 with 55 CS. She just picked up the Spirit of the Elder Lizard, which means she has a permanent red buff. And they are 7-1 with 14 and a half minutes into the game with 2000 gold lead, or almost 2000 gold lead. So really well played with them, or actually from them. Caitlyn is still struggling a bit against Ezreal. Ezreal is definitely out farming her, and is ahead in the items because of it, because of that BF sword and vampiric scepter. So it's just unlucky that they couldn't have gotten any kills on bottom. They're very close, but reactions from Vi have been really spot on so far. She's always been down there when Leona and Ezra were engaging on the bottom. Or there was Janna with her Tempest, with her Cyclone, and just saving Caitlyn while bringing up Ezreal and Leona. And here comes Vi.
Yeah, but here she comes in, gonna start wrecking some face. Unfortunately, doesn't quite land the Vault Breaker. Very nice Arcane Shift from Ezreal, manages to dodge out of that. But the constant auto attacks coming out there from both Vi and Caitlyn really forced Sarah onto the back foot. Hasn't quite brought him down to half health. That health bot is ticking away. Oh, sorry, the Biscuit, is helping him stay up alive and healthy. Now the blue team are actually hovering around the Dragon Pit. They have placed a ward down as Udyr comes in for the stun against Brand. Unfortunately, Ziggs is forced very low. Obviously, Udyr wants this blue buff back, and he's going to pick it up very nicely. Ezreal also trying to go in with the Dragon Steel, using his Arcane Barrage. I can't even remember now. But, but yeah, Leona goes down. My mind sound lost in that Ezreal thought. But anyway, Headshot Hunter also is going to go down, and it's going to be a double kill onto Caitlyn. So a bit of a fortunate dragon there for the red team.
I think that was smited while Vi was stunned. So not sure how that happened, or it was, or he pressed smite right as he was getting stunned, so it passed through. So it seemed like he was stunned and smited. Oh well.
I think it was the fact that Vi did smite as Leona went in with the stun, so it counted the smite first and then did the stun effect.
Yeah. It happens. In any case, Ezreal is pushing that bottom. Major items have been completed on both AD carries. They picked up their Bloodthirsters and Cape of Fiery Doom. Sunfire Cape picked up by Mundo. My friends have spoiled me on that item.
That like a Fiery Doom, it works. But anyway, Papi-chan called right out under the tower there, gets stunned and even caught in the Arcane Barrage of Ezreal, although sadly nothing's going to come of it. Ace in the hole is going to come through, and That is just cheeky there as he manages to dash on through, hopefully trying to block the shot, but sadly wasn't to be. Lets Zewerrat take the full brunt of the hit and doesn't even quite get the Janna kill either after going full man mode on her underneath the tower, which is a little bit unfortunate, I feel.
Yeah, really well played, really well timed Monsoon. Just killing her enough and just pushing Ezreal away while he was mid-attack, which stopped it. Making it at 10-3, and here comes Brand looking for a kill.
Yep, he's going to try and land that stun. He does manage to catch it, and here we go. The full Brand combo is going to delete Ezreal from the map.
I don't think that Pyroclasm was needed.
No, but if you're going to kill Ezreal, you might as well hold ball on the thing and make sure he can never come back.
Yep, here comes Deer from the other side as the red team picked up the first turret of the game.
Yep, Udyr does come up through the blue team's lane, which really puts Diverclaim on the back foot here. He's actually forced to pop his sadism, but it's not going to be enough. He does get stunned out constantly. Udyr switching between those stances beautifully to get the constant passive going. The ultimate from Ziggs is going to come in, but it's not going to be necessary. Though Bran is in a serious spot of trouble here. He does get thrown back by the satchel charge, and again Headshot doing a fantastic job on this Udyr, and is constantly landing CC. But Renekton is extremely low, and he's going to have to be forced to back off entirely, and Vi with nowhere to be seen for a counter gank.
You could be seeing a bottom turret going down as Janna finishes it off, so that makes it 1-1 in turrets, 1-0 in dragons so far, and 12-5 in kills 19 minutes into the game, with only 3,000 gold difference again. It's a really, really close game. It doesn't seem so with kills, but gold-wise it's really close because we have Ezreal with 143 CS, Renekton with 145 CS, Ziggs with 117, so he's slightly behind his lane opponent, which is Brand with 151 CS, and 16 CS difference in favor of Udyr in that jungle. So I'm actually surprised Zewerrat didn't start on his Leona with that Doran's shield, because that would have helped him greatly, especially against those headshots from Caitlyn. But he went for the standard, let's get Ruby Sightstone first and work towards that Talisman of Ascension. He has another Ruby Crystal, so he's going for the Aegis of Legion, which will make it really a good item, utilized item against Mundo as well as Caitlyn, and it has magic resist as well, so really good item. 2 minutes till Dragon time.
Yep, Dragon will be up in a couple of minutes time. Everyone's just now prancing around. The laning phase is pretty much just done and over with. Everyone's now going to start grouping up into the mid lane and start trying to make a play happen. And speaking of making plays happen, Mundo did try to go for Ziggs there, but Ziggs very smartly lays a satchel charge and forces him back. Vi as well. Ezreal is off split pushing, using his Arcane Barrage to clear waves, which is gonna waste it, although it is on a very short cooldown, so it's not a major worry. Brand is also in a spot of trouble here as Renekton goes straight in on the dive, manages to land the stun. He's going to keep on the chase. Brand is now below 25 HP. The Ignite is ticking away. But can Renekton go in and land the last little blow? Yes, because Ungroomed will come in with that global ulti.
Mega Inferno Bomb. Just finding its target finally.
Yep. And more pain is to come as Diver is in a serious spot. Boulder gets caught out by the Lotus Stun first, and that's being chased down by Udyr, who can land stuns all day long. But Vi comes in with the counter gank and does a beautiful job of taking out Ziggs and goes for the double kill onto Leona. Is actually going to try and run away from this Udyr, which is going to be a really bad idea because, well, Udyr, as I said, has stunned for days, gets the stun and the kill. Yep. Very nicely done.
Udyr is a type of champion that if you are playing someone like Vi, or someone that doesn't have any type of movement speed, can easily catch up to you with his bear stance, as there goes Ezreal. Ace in the bush.
Yep. There was no point in conversating over that one. That was a done deal.
Yeah, that was just a seal thing. And it is 2 for 2 in turrets as the both team trades it off, but Udyr is pushing that middle, will make it 3-2. There is 3 seconds till the dragon.
Yep, so both towers have gone down, and now things are just waiting to see how this game progresses.
From Zewerrat catching Caitlyn and stopping her from recoiling, forcing her to walk back.
Yep, walk back in shame, though Headshot Hunter is in a serious spot of bother here. He actually gets caught out by Diverclaim, who has so much health for days. It's actually letting him carry on the fight, though. Headshot is also not one to back down from the fight. Of course, he can switch between Turtle and Bear Stance constantly, getting free use of those stunts and the shield. And the blue team actually take the dragon behind all of this, so very nice diversion there, I suppose you could say. Considering red team didn't really have the timer for dragon. And we could see a fight break out here in the mid lane as Vi goes straight in with the Volt Breaker. Unfortunately, finds no one. Is forced to pop the random atonement, but that doesn't matter against Renekton, who's going to carry on with the charge with Dominus up, and Vice is going to narrowly dodge the Arcane Barrage, and now Kaelin is caught well out of position here. He gets that last mystic shot, and it's going to be barrier popped and the bouncing bomb, but nope, instead Zewerrat's going to have to steal that away, and Brand, meanwhile, is all the way up in top lane all by himself, has actually managed to take down that tower all by himself.
The fight would have been different if Brand was there and did Pyroclasm and Pillar of Flame that just did so much more damage, and if the fight could have gone the other way instead of making it 0 for 1 in favor of the red team with that kill on Caitlyn. The deal was that top turret making it again 3-3 dead even in turrets, but it's 3,000, it's still 3,000 gold difference, and Brand picked up Leandri's Torment while Renekton picked up Spectre's Cowl, so he will be going for that Scourge Visage, which will just give him more tankiness, more sustain, and just an overall really good resistance item.
Yeah, so I just had to laugh a little bit to myself then because on my screen, I don't know if it's on your recording, but Udi managed to steal away the blue buff from Vi and just pretty much went whoop, 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 just constantly switching out total stance to get the passive. But anyway, Brand coming in straight away with the stun, and Pyroclasm does a monstrous amount of damage, and Vi goes straight in into the backline, lands a humongous amount of damage. The ace in the hole from Caitlyn doesn't land, but the fight continues away from the tower as it's going to be an all happy day for Udi that is landing monstrous amounts of kills, goes for the triple. Can he go for the quadra? He's hunting down Brand in that bear stance. He wants that stun, manages to land it, but Vi, sorry, is still there, and he's going to get the shut, allows Brand to get the shutdown.
Goals to Brand. Oh wow, that front line, Udyr Renekton, is really strong, but unfortunately they're constantly in the face of the enemy while Vi is behind punching Ezreal and Ziggs. And especially with Caitlyn's long range, they need to engage more cautiously. It's currently 5 minutes into the game, 4th tower will just be dropped, becomes a Mega Inferno Bomb, missing both of them as they flash away.
Yep.
Or just walk away in this case.
Okay, about the subject of like the perfect engage, really what the red team needs to do, in my honest opinion, is look at, instead of engaging face on face, make sure Vi wastes her assault and battery on someone, then go face on face, because without that, the blue team really has nothing to get into that back line.
No, they don't. They need to bait it out and then engage properly. Well, there's of course Howlin' Gale from Janna, but after that it is also on cooldown. They could do it properly. Or just try to pick someone off like Caitlyn, who is alone in that bottom lane pushing. And catch them out.
Like, we could debate this for hours, actually, the best way to engage on this red team and the best way to engage on the blue team.
Of course, it's part of our job.
This is true, but I hate doing it. I feel really guilty afterwards. Because it's like, well, I don't play enough to berate someone's playstyle.
Yeah, it's not berating someone's playstyle, just opening more options for the blues who do play League of Legends more often than we do, to a different type of gameplay, more ideas on how to engage.
Indeed. And speaking of engage, Udyr goes in with a very nice idea of the engage there, popping between his turtle and bear stance again to give himself the necessary stun and shield combo, but it's not going to be enough though as he does go down to Vi. Renekton comes in from the back line and is starting to play havoc. Zewerrat landing that stun beautifully to try and catch out Vi, but thankfully the Janna Monsoon is going to push everyone away from her and keep the heals on, so that way she will survive. Mundo is also in a fair bit of trouble as well with the health, and Zewerrat goes in again with the dive. Ziggs and Ezreal bringing up the rear, but unfortunately they can't quite close the gap. There is not enough distance between them, and oh, Mundo, so close.
Perfect engage for the blue team this time, with 8 kills in advantage here, and 5,000 gold in their favor as well, 4-3 in turrets. And Brand is on top. Renekton did come around and stop him, and 1 minute and 10 seconds till Dragon is up. We are seeing another Spectre's Cowl this time on Udyr as Spirit Visage has picked up Byron Nectar. Looking at the gold differences, it's really close. The jungles are dead even. Bot lane, Caitlyn is in advantage of by 3,000 gold to Ezreal's 7,800 gold, so she's on 10,000. And just overall, the teams are doing so well. And for the first time in the game, Caitlyn is in the lead. But that will soon change as Ezreal is pushing that bottom, trying to get those minions. He did use his two-shot barrage. And just, I don't know, I think the next team fight will be on the Dragon unless someone from the red team or blue team gets caught.
Yep, and we might see that come out now. There we go, Janna does get caught, and unfortunately Udyr gets fully caught in the Brand stun and doesn't quite have a chance to land it, but Udyr is still going to carry on the chase, though Brand is in a serious spot of bother here. He's going to be caught out by the Renekton, and no stun for him today, but hey, Brand got away, why not just go for Mundo instead? A man who is just pure health and really not that much in defensive stats at the minute. He's looking to build his Randuin's Omen, but it's not even complete yet. Does manage to escape without Sadum, but Udyr is still coming in from the side. He's very low in health though. The Piltover for Peacemaker is going to do enough damage. The ace in the hole, very nicely blocked there by the big bad Croc. And now this is a bad spot for the red team to go in. They are so low on health, and it's just proved how bad it was. Two members go down. Udyr is off to the side, about to go down. Brand manages to pick up a killing spree onto Ziggs. And there we go. That was nearly an ace there for the blue team. They're in such a strong position right now.
Almost. Ezreal is on bottom farming, and his two-shot barrage just went through everyone, and he could have picked up a very easy double kill, but this will allow the blue team to go for Baron and push something, or just recall, heal up, and then push something.
Nope, instead they are just going to do Baron. So this is going to put them very nicely ahead here, of course, as we were saying, because of the likes of Caitlyn being so full of damage. Vi can dive into the back line. I really can't see a way for the red team to pull out of this. They are in serious trouble.
Stinger on Caitlyn? Is she going for the Zephyr?
Yeah, it's something that's come about recently. But really, it's a bit too soon to come out with it. Normally you go full build first, and it's, these boots are taking up space. I could have Zephyr, which is pretty much the same as Berserker Goose, but I get movement speed, attack speed, and critical strike chance with it. Yeah, it's just one of those things. It's like a late game item build.
Yeah, I can see it being a very late game item build. Like when you decide, well, the boots are being a nuisance, let's change it into something that will actually be more damage. Caitlyn is already 823, so she has tons of damage, really well positioning herself to pick up those kills by picking up Trinity Force, so coming out with more damage. The red team started the Dragon. They should pull it out a bit before, because I have a feeling it's going to be either try to be stolen or will be stolen. Actually, so might not land from here securing it up.
Yep, the attempted steal from Caitlyn didn't quite work, but now this is the fight that the blue team really wanted. Mundo goes straight on in with the sadism and the burning agony ticking away. Zewerrat goes straight in on the dive, and that's going to be the end of Leona. Ezreal is in real trouble as well. Takes that ace in the hole like a man. Unfortunately, it's not going to be the killing blow. Now, the blue team have forced red team away from the dragon, even though they managed to get the kill. And nope, Ezreal's gone and gets police brutality to the face.
Punch first, ask questions later.
Or ask questions while punching. Meanwhile,
when it comes to vibes, something like that, we have Zewerrat staying GG from the red, because Udyr, apparently it's Udyr's fault.
I would say it's Udyr's fault. Though,
I'm saying what our dear boss is saying.
I'm not going to judge him in the chat.
What is being written in the chat, but I can't exactly blame Udyr or anyone. The red team just had bad luck. If they managed to have a better team communication and just a bit more caution with that the game still isn't over, however.
Yeah, no, it's still going on. The blue team are they were very low in health. Janus Monsoon is certainly giving plenty of health to carry on and let the fights continue. Though Mundo is going to go down, it's going to be Zewerrat that's going to claim that, so he has himself a nice little red buff. Though I can't see them coming out of this with their pride intact. As there we go, Caitlyn going in with the ace in the hole, getting its namesake, and this is going to be 3 people now just poking away at the Nexus. This is going to go down, so GG Blue Team.
Indeed, GG Blue Team. It ended up in 32 minutes and 30 seconds of the game. 7-4 in turrets. 61.8 thousand gold on the blue side. 48,800 gold on the red side. 32 to 13 in kills. Just wow. 21 kill difference. Really well played by the blue team.
Indeed, very nicely played. So thank you everyone for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe and all that YouTube jazz to Tempe's channel.
And
mine is... No, not mine, because mine's temporarily out of commission. I can't do anything with it until I get some law stuff sorted.
Once Smitty is sorted, I will probably edit the description and add his things as well. Till next time, guys, have fun on the Rift.
See you next time.